What is up there, misfits? Welcome to my channel, Pages of Ascension. Welcome back if you've been hanging out with me for a while. I don't think I said that in either of the other videos. Anyways, welcome if you're new. Thanks for joining me. So when I woke up this morning, it's July 18th as I'm doing this. I have to check again. Oh, you guys got 411. Every time I've looked at my watch, there's been some type of number synchronicity. It's totally trippy. But, yeah, it's July 18th. And when I woke up this morning, you know, having the typical chat with, you know, the spiritual team and everything, they're saying definitely do. August is about to be off the hook. Let me just come right out with it, okay? So it was necessary to do the collective readings for Leo season. So with that said, fixed signs. This is your zodiac season guide for Leo season, okay? So fixed signs, who am I talking about with that? So that's going to be Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, okay? So if you've got one of those signs prominent in your chart, or at least that you're watching this video for, it's a good chance that this could resonate with you, okay? And, you know, vice versa, blah, 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 all that stuff may or may not resonate. You get it. So let's go ahead and get this party started. So I do hope that this video finds you healthy, and you and yours safe, as always, always. And I hope everybody's been okay, or at least doing the best that they can with everything that's going on. It's been tough. It's definitely been tough for a lot of people. You can see it in their faces, you know what I mean? So I hope you're doing okay. So fixed signs, my people, y'all seem to really vibe with my readings and connect with my energy as a reader. So I do sincerely hope that this reading comes to you and helps you, okay? So bottom of the deck we've got is the Six of Pentacles. So something may or may not be equal. Let me get myself situated here. All right, so we've got the moon kicking off your reading today. Oh, by the way, I am using the Radiant Rider-Waite deck, which it's weird that I was even called to use this deck for you guys, because normally this is my teaching deck. Like, this was, like, rarely ever sees a camera. And I feel like part of that is because a lot of you feel like you've dealt with more than enough change and you just want something that you're used to, that you're similar, that's steady, if that makes sense, okay? So any case, we've got the moon card for you, and then we've got the Seven of Wands, feeling on the defensive, okay? We've got Justice. Hells yeah, this is one of my favorite cards to see. Not more of my favorite than the High Priestess, but you know what I'm saying. All right, and then we've got the King of Cups and all of his emotional instability, which is what I'm picking up in this. We've got the Chariot. Okay, and then we have the Hermit. Y'all are rocking these majors, okay? And then we've got the Five of Pentacles. Not really the card that I was hoping to see kicking off the end of your reading. So your tipping point is the King of Cups. So there is some type of emotional instability going on with y'all fixed signs, okay? Part of this might have to do with things that have been hidden are finally coming to light, or maybe this is even something that you've done that's being brought to the light. I feel like you're on the defensive though about something. Maybe it's on the defensive about feeling justified in like some decision that you've made, something that you've done, or even something that you're planning or intending to do in Leo season, okay? But I feel like this emotional instability might be the only hiccup to you moving where you'd like, okay? So I do sense moving with this Chariot. I feel like your emotions right now are a little bit changeable, okay? And there's a great deal of introspection that needs to happen in regards to, oh, a move. Okay, so yeah, some of you actually might be moving, like moving physical locations, moving house, and there's something you need to look into a little bit deeper. And I say that because both the King of Cups and the Hermit are looking at the Chariot, and the Chariot's looking straight ahead. So there's somewhere that you're trying to go. There's a place that you're trying to get to, some goal, a place, whatever it is. There's something that you're aiming for. That's where your arrow is pointed. But I feel like you're being a little bit blinded because you're hyper focused on that point. I hope that makes sense. In any case, there's something about this move that if you're not careful, you might actually end up losing some money on. Okay. And that's perhaps the secret. So it could be, especially because we're in the time of the, Verona, that, a lot of people can only digitally see something. I know I'm a person, I want to see the inside of where you're trying to put me as far as apartments go before I say yes to it. Okay. So I don't know if this has to do with house, specifically apartment, job, whatever it is that you're moving to, wherever it is that you're moving to. I feel like there's some secret that you're not aware of, and it's going to potentially cost you financially if you don't slow down. Okay. So, let's reverse those. It's possible that this is something that you've already been through. Okay, that's actually what I'm seeing now. And that might be why there's so much defensiveness on your part, and that you're seeking justice, and that you don't feel emotionally still because you feel like you've been duped. Okay, so before I continue to go further, let's actually look at what your theme is. Adventure. What did I just say about travel? Okay. So this could be a trip that you're planning that might end up leaving you broke. Okay. I don't know if, again, cross state, cross country, pick whatever it is for you. Okay. But I do feel like, you need to look a little deeper. There's something that you don't know. And of course the Six of Pentacles being at the bottom of the deck, that also tells me that something isn't equal about what you're about to undertake with this adventure, with this movement. Okay. So, what's running you during Leo season, however, is your emotions. And for a fixed sign, that is not necessarily the most stable place for y'all to be. You guys tend to be very grounded in your energy, generally speaking. Not every single fixed sign, but most of you, okay? But your emotions are running the show right now. And I hate to be the bearer of like funky news on this end, but I do feel like something regarding this adventure, something regarding this move. Oh my God, I didn't even see that before. 55, that's change. That's massive change. Massive change leading to a new beginning and an additional 5. You've officially got 3 5s in your reading, okay? Yeah. I feel like there's something about this that's, you're going to end up taking some kind of financial hit that you could possibly avoid if you just slow down. You have to slow down. You have to get yourself centered. Okay. That's part of what the Hermit does. The Hermit is about introspection. Okay. Not necessarily being by yourself, but taking a closer look, lifting up that lantern to look a little bit closer into what's being presented to you. And I feel like it's very necessary for you to do that, fixed signs. I know I'm repeating myself, but that's like the urgency of this message. You need to look closer. You need to slow down. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at your clarifiers. Doop, 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 doop. All right, so I want to know about whatever this is that's hidden, because I feel like that's a part of it, and I want to see if we can get any more information on that for y'all. So, the cards have been very jumpy today. Like, ooh, me. Flying across the room. It's hilarious. I think that actually happened in the Cardinal sign reading. It like flew across the room. Oh my God. Anyways. Alright, so let's look at the moon. What can you tell me about the moon, Spirit? suke. Okay, wisdom. There we go. Hierophant energy again with this lantern. There's something that you don't know about this situation. There's something that you don't know about this situation. I'm going to repeat it again just to make sure that you heard me. There's something you don't know about this situation and you need to look deeper. You need to slow down. Okay. But with this Hierophant energy, wisdom popping up again, on top of the moon, like something is about to be illuminated. I really can't give you any more than that because they're not giving me any more than that. So let's go ahead and look at the Seven of Wands. Why is there defensiveness? Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Okay, so it's kind of funny, and you guys can't see this. Wow. My mind's kind of blown right now. Knowledge, wisdom, education. What I'm seeing, like, okay, so I've totally got a couple of boxes of seltzer, like, right behind the camera. And what caught my eye was the word apple. I don't have apple seltzer. Although, if you want to create that, holler at your girl, because I like apples and I like seltzer. But what I'm seeing is apple, and apple is the fruit of knowledge, okay? And what we've got here is the sage. And that's the Seven of Wands. So I feel like it's like you're being put in a position where you're being forced to like prove your knowledge or your wisdom or your education on something. It's forcing you to be in the defensive because someone is questioning that or something is questioning that. But all like this could also be a mentor that comes in to help you. I feel that's probably only for a small amount of people though. This is feeling more like this is wisdom within you. Okay. Wisdom within you that you need to access so that you can bring about peace in your emotions and justice in the situation. So I don't know if this is something along the lines where you've already gotten ripped off at this apartment, this house, this job, like you've been swindled in some kind of way. That's really what this feels like. And now you're fighting that possibly within the justice system already, which, whew, child. Okay. But there's a certain amount of wisdom that you have, or at least that you have accessible to you. Again, if you slow down, you have to slow down. You have to slow down because that's how you're going to get the balance in the emotions. Again, this movement is what's being looked at. Everything is looking at this Chariot card. So, you know what? Let's actually pop over there and look at this Chariot card. That's social balance. That's pretty self-explanatory. Actually, no. Before we do that, let me look at the Justice. So I don't know if this is Justin. You might be dealing with somebody named Justin. I think that might be the first time in my life doing these readings that I've actually gotten a name. But this Justice card, I want to see if that's justice for you or like justice against you. Union. Okay, so justice of the peace. So perhaps you rush to the altar with someone. I feel like this came up in a fixed sign reading, or maybe it was an earth sign reading. It would have been the last monthly readings that I did for the zodiac sign. I don't remember which one it was, but we might be coming back to that particular scenario. That's interesting. So this has to do with some type of relationship or business partnership. It could very well for some of you be more of a business partnership because there's just a little bit more money energy popping through than relationship energy, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is a relationship. It's like someone was saying that they were really in it for the long haul when they weren't. It's just this swindled energy that I keep picking up. It's like someone told you one thing and that really wasn't the case. Yeah, and I feel like this is the guide or a guide that's coming to you to help navigate you out of this situation. This card always feels like a guide to me. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to go ahead and pop over to the Chariot because this is the card that literally sticks out the most. I feel like this is the most important card for you in this entire reading is this Chariot card. Despite that we've got the King of, King of Cups as your tipping point. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, King of Cups again. Again, King of Cups is what's landing on the Chariot. Queen of Fire. So you might be dealing with a fire sign. So we have a couple. This could be love. Again, love or business partnership, but they tend to kind of, you know, mix together when it comes to energetically speaking. So, you know, pick your situation, okay? And then we've got Two of Cups. So that's, again, that's another card of union. Okay, and then it's youth. This is feeling a lot like that reading that I did a couple of months ago where it's like Gunshot Wedding, I think is what it was called. If you haven't seen that reading and this is resonating for you, go watch that reading because I'm beginning to feel like this is a lot of that same energy and now things have come to a head. Okay? So again, you know, a pair of youth that got engaged or married a little bit too quickly. They took the jump a little bit too quickly. While there is love here, there's some type of, and I don't necessarily have anything on the table to prove it outside of the Moon card, but I feel like there's some degree of deception here that's not exactly visible, clearly visible, if that makes sense. So it's possible now that there's a child involved in this situation too. I want to point that out. But I feel like fixed signs, this is water and fire. So Scorpio, Leo. I might specifically be talking to Scorpios and Leos for this, but not necessarily. Don't get too caught up on that, okay? It's just the fact that those are coming out. I have to say it, okay? So let me get one more. Tell me a little bit more. How does this Chariot relate to the King of Cups? It's like this person is emotionally unstable. I feel like that's something that I pointed out too in that Gunshot Wedding video. I actually might link that at the end of this one. So, you know, hang out to the end and you'll have a quick link to it. So, okay. This is a soul bond. This is quite literally a soul bond, soul tie. Pre-written. So that's, I think, what this tie is. So whether this person is, sorry, mosquitoes tend to come in my apartment. Don't even get me started. So I feel like, I feel like this is something that couldn't necessarily be avoided. It's something that needed to happen so that someone could learn a lesson. I do feel like this partnership is karmic. I'm not sure who the karma is because I'm not sure who I'm talking to. I don't know if I'm talking to the King of Cups or the Queen of Wands in this, okay? But this is a karmic relationship. It's part of why justice is here. It's part of why this guide is trying to get your attention to lead you out of this, because this is something that was rushed into much too quickly. Okay? And of course, where you're at now, you are much very to the wiser. So I don't know if it's along the lines of with, you know, the Rona hitting and being like forced to be in the same space with this person, that it's become blatantly clear to you who they are, what they are about, and why you no longer need to be there. Okay, that's what this feeling like. You might have also figured out that the entire partnership, they haven't been giving equally to you because they've been investing somewhere else as well. I certainly hope that's not the case, but that is what I'm picking up, okay? Um, But yeah, this is a soul tie. This is some type of like karmic bond of some sort, like some type of karmic contract that you're in the process of playing out with this person. Okay. So we're going to get a little bit more into like advice or your message, and of course where this puts you at on your journey. But this might be a scenario just because it's come up another time. You know, this is something that might a personal reading might be required for. I'm just going to point that out there because this energy is coming up again and it seems very, very specific. So I do have micro love readings available. They're only $10. It's about 10 to 12 minute reading. So reach out to me. Okay. You can go to my website, poacreator.com, and you can purchase readings there. Okay. So I want to look at the Hermit, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to your message and your soul lesson. Hello, nurse. I'm tasting chocolate chip cookie dough, which is really good. And now I want some cookies. That's so rude. But I'm tasting like chocolate chip cookie dough, or cookie dough specifically. It's so weird. Earlier, when I woke up this morning, I was tasting spaghetti. I'm just like, okay, I know that's one of the gifts that I had, but that's like way on the lower end. Like it never really comes up, like tasting things. So now I want some cookies. Okay. Okay, so we've got oh. So you're being called to have faith in this situation. Even though it's a burden, it is a burden. If you allow yourself to become centered and to become still, and you choose to have faith in this situation, I do feel like the way out is going to become very clear to you. There seems to be a disconnect between mind and body for you, fixed signs, at this time. And that's the reason why there's so much emotional turmoil. Okay, with this King of Cups. You see how the water is? It's not steady. It's not smooth. It's not smooth sailing right now. But I do feel like you have a way out and it will become clear to you, but you got to get centered. Okay? Don't make any moves before you really take some time on this. Okay? I don't feel like there's more. Yeah, there's not more that I can say on that. There might have been an incident with cookies of some sort. I'm hearing burned, like maybe burned cookies, maybe you burned yourself. If that's resonating, please let me know down in the comments, because yeah, that's just weird. That is weird. That has not happened before. Okay, at least not in these readings. Happens to me all the time in my own personal life. Hasn't actually happened for a collective reading, so that's new. Yeah, something with cookies. Why am I stuck on the cookies? It's not just because I like cookies. I know I'm a big girl. I really do like cookies, but that's not why. There's something with these cookies and burnt. We're going to move on. Okay, so the message for you for Leo season fixed signs. Ooh, divine drunkenness. Hey. Okay, so we're going to read that. Divine drunkenness. So where this particular card puts you in reference to your ascension, because that's effectively what these readings are. Every single zodiac season, we're integrating or learning something about ourselves in reference to the energy of that zodiac season. That's why I like doing these. just because it doesn't really matter what zodiac sign we are. I feel like it's the quality that tends to lead our, that's how we lead with our energy, for example. So in any case, divine drunkenness. So it represents, hold on. Okay, there we go. So where this puts you at on your path of ascension is resurrection. Okay? And it says surrender to your spiritual reverie. You said yes to becoming all you can be. Yes to becoming your best self, and yes to contributing to the world by remembering your dreams, sharing your gifts and talents. It seems the universe heard you and is responding in kind. Instead of panicking at the loss of who you thought you were, celebrate your gain. By releasing who you were, you have created space to explore the infinite possibilities of who you shall become. Your divine disorientation is due to the disappearance of self you've come to know over all these years. Take heart knowing the sacred storm taking place within is part of your apotheosis. Apotheosis? I'm going to have to look up that word. I haven't seen that word before. Okay, so you are experiencing elevation from where you've been to the human you were born to be. The rearranging of cells, molecules, atoms, electrons, and quantum material that holds you together is a wild party. Call it good and revel in the divine oblivion. Okay, so the dream to kind of represent this particular energy that we're dealing with is actually intoxication. So if you've recently had a dream where you were drunk or intoxicated on something, it might be telling you that you need to sober up. Okay, and take a realistic view at where you are and what you're doing and the path that you are on. Okay, and I feel like this really does come back down to the King of Cups, because the King of Cups, as much as he can be emotionally balanced, the way he's portrayed this is someone who's not emotionally balanced, and it can even represent someone who drinks a lot. Okay, I'm not necessarily getting that, like we might not be talking literally in that sense for you here, but that is often what the card can mean. Okay. So, there's a disconnect between mind and body right now, and you are being called to have faith. Once you get rid of this disconnect between mind and body, listen to your guides. I feel like because I know this is getting long. I feel like there's these little nudges that you're getting to let you know it's confirming exactly what I'm talking about, but you've been dismissing it. And that's part of the problem, and as to why you're even in this state of the King of Cups and feeling emotionally unstable, okay, about the movements that you're making. The wisdom is there, you're just choosing not to access it, okay? So your soul lesson for Leo season is envy. So you might actually have a partner who is jealous of you, which, good Lord, I do not understand how that makes any sense at all. Like, really? Can we grow the fuck up? But, maybe it's you, which, whatever I just said, no judgment, okay? I don't understand that emotion. It doesn't make any sense to me. But envy is part of your issue here, or part of the issue in this situation. So it says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So it's possible that you could be looking around at other people, other relationships, being like, oh, they've got it good. Their relationship is so perfect. Baby, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Okay? Okay. So keep that in mind. This is your lesson to overcome during Leo season, is to let go of any envy or any malice that you might have to those who are not inside your situation. And or this could be a scenario where you're dealing with someone, you're in a partnership with someone who is inherently envious of you and your what's the word I'm looking for? Your independence. So you could be dealing with like a codependent partner who doesn't like that you're independent and feels like they're not needed because you're not all up in their ass, okay? And of course, just as I was about to end the reading, my camera cuts off. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so anyways, like I was saying, you could be dealing with a codependent partner who's inherently jealous of your independence because they feel like because you're not all up in their face that you don't need them. So there could be a conversation that needs to be had with this person. But this still feels like, this feels a lot like that energy from Gunshot Wedding. So if you have not looked at that video, look at that video, watch that video, as I feel like that's going to be very enlightening for someone who ends up watching this. Okay, so with that, we're going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you so much for your time. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can find those over at poacreator.com. Yeah, I stay healthy, you know, do your best to get centered, and I'm not sure when I will see you again doing these readings, but I will see you soon. Okay, so with that, so much gratitude for you, love you, and I will see you soon. Okay.